Imagine a place so remote, so cold, and so unforgiving that almost no human being can truly call a home. A continent larger than Europe, covered by an ice sheet nearly 5 kilometers thick in some places, where winter temperatures can plunge below minus 80 degrees Celsius minus 112 degrees Fahrenheit, and where powerful winds race across the frozen landscape faster than many hurricanes. This is Antarctica, the coldest, the driest, the windiest continent on Earth. And despite everything we've learned about our planet, it remains one of its greatest mysteries. At first glance, Antarctica appears lifeless, an endless wilderness of white stretching beyond the horizon. No cities, no highways, no forests, no permanent human population. Just ice, rock, snow, and silence. But appearances can be deceiving, because beneath this frozen surface lies a world that few people have ever seen. A hidden landscape buried beneath millions of years of ice. A place where mountains rival the greatest ranges on Earth, where rivers once flowed freely, where enormous lakes remain sealed beneath kilometers of ice, and where clues to Earth's distant past have been preserved like pages in a frozen history book. For centuries, this continent existed only in imagination. Ancient mapmakers believed that somewhere in the far south there must be an enormous landmass balancing the continents of the north. They called it Terra Australis Incognita, the unknown southern land. It remained one of the greatest geographical mysteries in history. Sailors searched for it. Explorers risked everything to reach it. Many never returned. Those who did described towering ice cliffs, violent seas, and weather unlike anything they had ever experienced. Antarctica was not simply difficult to reach. It seemed determined to remain hidden. Even today, getting there is an expedition. The southern ocean surrounding Antarctica is among the roughest on Earth. Massive waves, powerful currents, floating icebergs, and unpredictable storms make every journey a challenge. Crossing into Antarctic waters feels less like entering another country and more like arriving on another planet. Yet despite these challenges, scientists from around the world continue to travel here every year, not in search of treasure, but in search of knowledge, because Antarctica is far more than a frozen desert. It is one of the greatest natural laboratories on Earth. Its ice records ancient climates. Its rocks preserve the story of drifting continents. Its atmosphere helps scientists study our changing world. And hidden beneath the ice, there are still discoveries waiting to be made. Perhaps the most astonishing fact is this. We have mapped the surface of the moon in greater detail than many parts of the landscape buried beneath Antarctica's ice. Even with satellites orbiting Earth, powerful aircraft equipped with radar, and sophisticated computer models, much of what lies beneath the ice remains only partially understood. Entire valleys, hidden mountain ranges, ancient lakes, and geological features continue to surprise scientists. Some discoveries have completely changed what we thought we knew about the continent. But Antarctica doesn't only preserve the past, it also shapes the future. Its ice influences global sea levels. Its frozen waters help regulate Earth's climate. Its ecosystems reveal how life survives in the harshest environments imaginable. And what scientists learn here may one day help answer questions about life beyond our planet. Because if organisms can survive beneath kilometers of Antarctic ice, could similar life exist beneath the icy crusts of distant worlds? Standing on Antarctica's vast ice sheet, it is impossible not to feel small. The silence is overwhelming. The horizon seems endless. There are moments when the only sound is the wind sweeping across snow that has remained untouched for centuries. It is one of the few places on Earth where nature still feels almost completely in control. And perhaps that is why Antarctica continues to fascinate us. Not because it is empty, but because it reminds us how much of our own planet still remains to be understood. Over the next hour, we will descend beneath the ice, discover landscapes hidden for millions of years, explore lakes no human eyes had ever seen until modern technology revealed them, meet the extraordinary life that survives against impossible odds, and uncover why this frozen continent may hold some of the greatest scientific secrets on Earth. Because Antarctica is not simply the end of the world. It may be the beginning of our next great discovery. From space, Antarctica looks almost unreal. A brilliant white continent stretching across the bottom of our planet. At first glance, it appears simple. Just ice. But that endless blanket of white hides one of the most extraordinary environments on Earth. A place governed by extremes unlike anywhere else. Antarctica covers more than 14 million square kilometers, making it the fifth largest continent on Earth. It is nearly twice the size of Australia, yet almost 98% of its surface is covered by ice. This is not ordinary ice. It is the largest single mass of ice on our planet. If every glacier, every ice sheet, and every frozen plateau across Antarctica were combined into one immense block, it would contain roughly 90% of Earth's ice and about 70% of the world's fresh water. In many places, that ice is over 3 kilometers thick. Some regions approach 5 kilometers. Standing on the surface, you may think you're looking at solid ground. In reality, you're standing on top of an ancient frozen ocean of ice. But Antarctica wasn't always like this. Millions of years ago, this continent looked completely different. Dense forests covered parts of its landscape. Dinosaurs once roamed across its valleys. Ancient rivers carved the mountains that today lie buried beneath ice. The Antarctica we know today was shaped over millions of years as Earth's climate changed and the continent drifted toward the South Pole. Slowly, the forests disappeared. The temperatures fell. Snow accumulated faster than it melted, layer upon layer, century after century, millennium after millennium, until an ice sheet formed unlike anything else on Earth. Today, that ice continues to grow and move. Although it appears motionless, Antarctica is constantly changing. Under its own immense weight, the ice slowly flows toward the coast, not at the speed of rivers, but at the pace of nature itself. Some glaciers move only a few meters each year. Others advance hundreds of meters. It's a silent journey that has continued for thousands of years. Every crack, every towering ice cliff, every floating iceberg is part of this enormous frozen river. The cold here is beyond ordinary human experience. The lowest natural temperature ever recorded on Earth was measured in Antarctica. An astonishing minus 89.2 degrees Celsius minus 128.6 degrees Fahrenheit. At those temperatures, exposed skin can freeze within minutes. Metal becomes dangerously brittle. Fuel thickens. Machinery struggles to operate. Even breathing can feel different, as icy air rushes into your lungs with every breath. Surviving here requires meticulous planning, specialized equipment, and constant vigilance. For early explorers, these conditions turn every expedition into a battle against nature itself. Yet the cold is only part of Antarctica's story. The wind transforms this frozen landscape into one of the harshest environments on Earth. Powerful katabatic winds form as dents. Freezing air sinks in the continent's high interior and rushes toward the coast. These winds can exceed 300 kilometers per hour, strong enough to knock a person off balance and drive snow across the surface in blinding waves. Unlike hurricanes, which eventually pass, these winds are born from Antarctica itself, a constant reminder of the immense forces shaping this continent. Then there is the light, or at times, the complete absence of it. Near the South Pole, the sun rises only once each year. For months, it circles endlessly across the sky without setting. Then, as winter arrives, it disappears below the horizon. Darkness blankets the continent for months at a time. No sunrise, no sunset. Only the faint glow of the moon, the stars, and the shimmering curtains of the aurora australis, dancing across the Antarctic sky. Living and working in such an environment demands extraordinary resilience. Scientists must adapt not only to the cold, but also to months of continuous daylight or prolonged darkness, conditions that challenge the body's natural rhythms. Despite these extremes, life has found a way. Tiny organisms cling to rocks. Microbes survive within the ice. Along the coastline, penguins, seals, and seabirds thrive during the brief Antarctic summer. Even in the coldest place on Earth, nature refuses to surrender. Every living thing here has evolved remarkable strategies to survive. Strategies that scientists continue to study, hoping to unlock new insights into biology, adaptation, and perhaps even life beyond Earth. But the greatest mystery of Antarctica isn't what we can see, it's what we can't. Because beneath this vast frozen wilderness, hidden below kilometers of ice, lies a landscape untouched by sunlight for millions of years. Towering mountain ranges, ancient river valleys, enormous lakes sealed away since before humans walked the earth. How do we know they're there? And what secrets have they preserved beneath the ice for millions of years? In the next chapter, we'll journey below Antarctica's frozen surface to explore a hidden world that remained invisible until modern science revealed its existence. Imagine standing on the coldest continent on Earth, surrounded by endless fields of ice, while beneath your feet, magma is rising through the Earth's crust. It sounds impossible, but Antarctica is not just a frozen wilderness. Hidden beneath kilometers of ice lies a chain of volcanoes, some dormant, some active, and some still not fully understood. This is the astonishing world where fire and ice exist side by side. Long before Antarctica became buried beneath ice, it was shaped by violent geological forces. Deep beneath the continent, enormous tectonic movements fractured the Earth's crust. Molten rock surged upward. Volcanoes erupted. Mountain ranges formed. Even today, Antarctica remains geologically active. The ice may conceal its surface, but it cannot silence the forces beneath. Rising more than 3,700 meters above sea level stands Mount Erebus, the southernmost active volcano on Earth. Unlike most volcanoes that erupt violently and then fall silent, Mount Erebus has remained active for decades. At its summit lies one of the planet's rare permanent lava lakes. While temperatures outside plunge below -50 degrees Celsius, molten rock inside the crater glows at well above 1,000 degrees. It is one of Earth's greatest natural contradictions, a lake of fire, surrounded by one of the coldest environments imaginable. Scientists once believed Antarctica contained only a handful of volcanoes. Modern radar changed everything. By using satellites, aircraft, and ice-penetrating radar, researchers discovered that many volcanoes are completely hidden beneath the ice. Some remain buried beneath several kilometers of frozen water. Others have likely remained unseen for hundreds of thousands of years. Today, scientists have identified well over 100 volcanic structures across Antarctica, making part of the continent one of Earth's largest volcanic regions. The ice has concealed an entire landscape. An eruption beneath thick ice behaves very differently from one in the open air. Instead of lava flowing freely, the intense heat melts vast quantities of ice from below. Water becomes trapped beneath the glacier. Pressure builds. Eventually, that trapped water can burst free with tremendous force. The eruption may remain hidden from human eyes, yet its effects can reshape the ice above. Scientists believe volcanic heat may also influence how quickly some glaciers slide toward the ocean, though the extent of that influence varies from place to place and is still an active area of research. How do scientists know what is happening beneath kilometers of frozen ice? They listen. Sensitive instruments detect tiny earthquakes. GPS stations measure movement smaller than the width of a human fingernail. Satellites monitor subtle changes in the surface. Every vibration, every crack, every shift provides clues about the hidden world below. Antarctica is constantly sending signals. The challenge is learning how to interpret them. At first glance, fire and Antarctica seem impossible companions. Yet this frozen continent exists because of a delicate balance between Earth's atmosphere, oceans, ice, and the restless geology beneath its surface. The ice conceals a landscape that is anything but still. Mountains rise, faults shift, volcanoes sleep, and deep underground, the planet continues its slow, relentless wake. Antarctica is not frozen in time. It is simply frozen on the surface. But Antarctica's greatest mystery is neither its glacier nor its volcanoes. It lies hidden beneath nearly 4 kilometers of ice, a lake that has been sealed off from the outside world for possibly millions of years. No sunlight, no wind, no contact with a modern world. Yet scientists believe life may exist there. In the next chapter, we descend into the astonishing mystery of Lake Vostok, the hidden world trapped beneath Antarctica's ice. Imagine discovering an entire world that has been hidden from humanity for millions of years. No sunlight, no wind, no seasons, no human footsteps, only complete darkness, and a vast lake trapped beneath nearly 4 kilometers of Antarctic ice. Could something still be alive down there? The answer may rewrite everything we know about life on Earth, and perhaps beyond it. For decades, scientists believed Antarctica's thick ice rested directly on solid rock. Then radar surveys revealed something astonishing. Beneath the frozen surface lay an enormous body of liquid water. Not a small pond, but one of the largest freshwater lakes on Earth. It was named Lake Vostok after the nearby Russian research station. The discovery challenged one of science's oldest assumptions. How could liquid water exist in one of the coldest places on Earth? The secret lies deep below. Heat slowly rises from Earth's interior. Combined with the immense pressure from the ice above, that geothermal warmth prevents the lake from freezing solid. Above it, nearly 4 kilometers of ice. Below it, liquid water that has remained isolated for an extraordinary length of time. It is like opening a time capsule from another age of our planet. Sunlight has likely never reached Lake Vostok since long before modern humans existed. Without sunlight, there are no plants, no forests, no ordinary food chain. Yet scientists believe microscopic life may survive there. These organisms, known as extremophiles, can thrive in environments once thought impossible for life. If life has endured in Lake Vostok for hundreds of thousands, or even millions of years, it proves that life is far more adaptable than we once imagined. Reaching Lake Vostok was one of the greatest engineering challenges ever attempted. Scientists could not simply drill into the lake. Any contamination from the surface could permanently alter an ecosystem that had remained untouched for ages. Instead, they spent years developing specialized drilling techniques designed to minimize contamination while preserving this pristine environment. Every meter drilled through the ice brought humanity closer to one of Earth's greatest scientific mysteries. Lake Vostok fascinates more than Antarctic researchers. Space scientists are equally captivated. Several moons in our solar system, such as Europa and Enceladus, are believed to hide vast oceans beneath thick shells of ice. If life can survive beneath Antarctica, could similar life exist beneath the frozen crust of distant worlds? In many ways, Lake Vostok serves as Earth's natural laboratory for exploring one of humanity's greatest questions. Are we alone in the universe? Despite decades of research, Lake Vostok remains largely unexplored. Its waters continue to guard secrets that have endured for immense spans of time. Every new sample, every new measurement, every expedition brings scientists one step closer to understanding a hidden ecosystem unlike any other on Earth. The greatest discoveries may still lie beneath the ice, but Antarctica holds another extraordinary record. It is not only the coldest place on Earth, it is also the driest. Some regions have gone millions of years without rain. In the next chapter, we'll journey into Antarctica's dry valleys, a frozen desert so extreme that scientists compare it to the surface of Mars. Most people imagine Antarctica as a world of endless snow, a continent buried beneath ice, a place where blizzards never stop. But hidden among its towering mountains, there's a place where snow almost never falls. A place so dry, so cold, and so lifeless that scientists use it to prepare for missions to Mars. Welcome to Antarctica's dry valleys. Stretching across parts of eastern Antarctica, the McMurdo Dry Valleys are unlike anywhere else on Earth. There are no towering glacier covering the ground, no deep blankets of snow. Instead, the landscape is filled with exposed rock, gravel, frozen soil, and mountains sculpted by millions of years of wind. At first glance, it doesn't even look like Antarctica. It looks like another planet. The reason these valleys remain almost ice-free is extraordinary. Powerful katabatic winds descend from the Antarctic plateau. These winds can exceed 300 kilometers per hour. As they race downhill, they become warmer and drier, sweeping away snow before it has a chance to accumulate. The result is one of the driest places anywhere on Earth. Some parts of the dry valleys have experienced extremely little precipitation for millions of years. Nature has preserved this landscape almost unchanged across immense spans of time. The similarities between the dry valleys and Mars are remarkable. The freezing temperatures, the barren terrain, the extremely low moisture, even the chemistry of the soil resembles conditions found on the red planet. Because of these similarities, scientists regularly test equipment here before sending it into space. Robots designed to explore Mars, scientific instruments, and drilling technology have all faced their first real challenges in Antarctica's frozen desert. Then comes one of Antarctica's strangest sights, a waterfall that appears to bleed. Flowing from the Taylor Glacier, bloodfall spills crimson-colored water onto the ice below. For more than a century, its eerie appearance puzzled explorers. Many believed the red color came from algae. Others suspected volcanic minerals. The real explanation proved even more fascinating. The water is rich in dissolved iron. When it reaches the surface and comes into contact with oxygen, the iron oxidizes, much like metal rusting. The result, a waterfall that looks as though the glacier itself is bleeding. Despite the harsh environment, life persists, hidden within rocks, buried beneath the soil, and trapped inside ancient ice. Scientists have discovered microorganisms capable of surviving conditions once believed impossible. Some survive with almost no water. Others endure intense cold, high salt concentrations, and prolonged darkness. These tiny organisms continue to reshape our understanding of life's resilience. Their existence suggests that if life can survive here, it may also survive in equally hostile environments elsewhere in our solar system. The dry valleys are more than a geological curiosity. They are a natural archive. Because the landscape changes so slowly, scientists can study rocks, soils, and ice that preserve evidence of Earth's distant past. Each expedition reveals new clues about ancient climates, the evolution of life, and how planets change over immense periods of time. It is one of the closest things humanity has to a time machine. Antarctica's mysteries don't end on land. Surrounding the frozen continent lies one of the richest oceans on Earth. Beneath the sea ice, entire ecosystems thrive, from glowing plankton to colossal whales to creatures found nowhere else on the planet. In the next chapter, we'll dive beneath Antarctica's frozen seas to uncover the extraordinary life that flourishes in one of Earth's harshest environments. Most people believe Antarctica is empty, a frozen wasteland where almost nothing can survive. But beneath the sea ice, an entirely different world exists. A world glowing with microscopic life, patrolled by giant predators, and home to some of the largest animals ever to live on Earth. This is one of the richest marine ecosystems on the planet, and almost no one ever sees it. The moment you slip beneath Antarctica's frozen surface, everything changes. The roaring wind disappears. The world becomes almost silent. Above, a ceiling of brilliant blue ice stretches for kilometers. Below, an ocean so clear that visibility can extend for more than 100 meters. It feels less like diving into the sea, and more like floating through another world. Yet hidden within this icy darkness, life is everywhere. Everything begins with organisms too small to see. As sunlight returns during the Antarctic summer, microscopic algae bloom beneath the sea ice. These tiny plants feed billions of Antarctic krill. Each krill is only a few centimeters long. Individually, they seem insignificant, but together, they form enormous swarms stretching for kilometers. Scientists estimate that Antarctic krill make up one of the greatest concentrations of animal biomass on Earth. Without them, the Antarctic ecosystem would collapse. They are the foundation of an entire ocean. Following the krill come the giants. Every summer, whales travel thousands of kilometers to Antarctica's nutrient-rich waters. Blue whales, the largest animals ever known to exist. Humpback whales, performing graceful underwater ballets as they feed. And orcas, highly intelligent hunters working together with astonishing precision. Each migration is one of nature's greatest spectacles, a journey repeated year after year across vast oceans. Perhaps no animal represents Antarctica more than the penguin, but surviving here demands extraordinary adaptations. Emperor penguins endure winters colder than -50 degrees Celsius. They huddle together in massive groups, constantly rotating positions so every bird gets a chance to warm itself. When hunting, they plunge hundreds of meters beneath the ice, holding their breath for astonishing lengths of time. Every successful dive means survival. Every failed hunt carries consequences. As darkness returns, another spectacle begins. Tiny organisms start to glow. Flashes of blue, green, and turquoise ripple through the water. This natural phenomenon is called bioluminescence. Some creatures use it to communicate, others to attract prey. Some use it to confuse predators long enough to escape. The ocean beneath Antarctica becomes a living galaxy of light, one of Earth's most breathtaking hidden displays. Not every hunter relies on speed. Leopard seals patrol the edges of the sea ice with patience. Powerful, fast, and remarkably intelligent, they wait silently beneath the surface, watching, calculating. Then, in an instant, they strike. Nearby, Weddell seals maintain breathing holes through thick ice, allowing them to spend much of their life beneath the frozen surface. These predators are perfectly adapted to one of the harshest environments on Earth. Every creature here is connected. The microscopic algae, the krill, the fish, the penguins, the seals, the whales. Even small changes in sea ice ocean temperatures can ripple through this intricate food web. The health of Antarctica's oceans influences marine life far beyond the Southern Ocean. Protecting this ecosystem is not only about preserving wildlife, it is about maintaining one of Earth's great engines of life. Antarctica may seem isolated, but it helps regulate the climate of the entire planet. Its ice reflects sunlight. Its oceans drive global currents. Its frozen landscape stores an immense archive of Earth's climate history. In the next chapter, We'll uncover how Antarctica acts as a planet's giant thermostat, and why what happens here affects every continent on Earth. What if one frozen continent controlled the climate of the entire planet? It sounds unbelievable, yet Antarctica does exactly that. The ice at the bottom of the world helps regulate Earth's temperature. Its oceans drive global currents. Its frozen surface reflects sunlight back into space. And its ancient ice preserves a climate record stretching back hundreds of thousands of years. What happens in Antarctica doesn't stay in Antarctica. It affects every nation, every coastline, and every person on Earth. Viewed from space, Antarctica shines like a giant mirror. Its vast white surface reflects a significant portion of the sun's energy back into space. Scientists call this the albedo effect. Without this natural mirror, the Earth would absorb far more heat. Global temperatures would rise even faster. This frozen continent helps cool the entire planet simply by being white. But Antarctica's influence extends far beyond its ice. Every winter, as sea ice forms, the surrounding water becomes colder and saltier. That colder, denser water sinks to the ocean floor. This creates Antarctic bottom water, one of the driving forces behind the global ocean circulation system. Like a massive conveyor belt, these currents move heat, oxygen, and nutrients around the world. Some of the water leaving Antarctica today may not return for hundreds or even thousands of years. It is one of Earth's slowest and most important natural engines. Every snowfall in Antarctica tells a story. Year after year, snow falls, compresses, and slowly transforms into ice. Tiny bubbles of ancient air become trapped inside. Those bubbles are extraordinary. They preserve samples of Earth's atmosphere from long ago. By drilling deep into the ice, scientists can study air that is hundreds of thousands of years old. Some Antarctic ice cores contain climate records dating back more than 800,000 years. It is like reading the Earth's diary, one frozen page at a time. Antarctica also played a central role in one of the greatest environmental discoveries of the modern age. In the 1980s, scientists detected a dramatic thinning of the ozone layer above the continent. This ozone hole allowed more harmful ultraviolet radiation to reach the Earth's surface. The discovery shocked the world. It led to international action to phase out many ozone-depleting chemicals. Today, the ozone layer is showing signs of gradual recovery, a reminder that global scientific cooperation can make a real difference. Not all ice affects sea levels equally. Floating sea ice already displaces water, so when it melts, it has little direct effect on sea level. But the vast ice resting on Antarctica's land is different. If land-based ice flows into the ocean and melts, it adds new water to the sea. That is why scientists closely monitor Antarctica's glacier and ice shelves. The pace of change here influences projections for coastlines around the world. Understanding these processes is essential for preparing for the future. It is easy to think of Antarctica as distant, remote, disconnected, but nothing could be further from the truth. The continent influences ocean circulation, atmospheric patterns, marine ecosystems, and the long-term balance of Earth's climate. Every continent is connected to Antarctica through air, water, and the shared systems that sustain life. In many ways, the frozen continent is not at the edge of the world. It is one of the forces that helps keep the world in balance. For thousands of years, Antarctica remained beyond human reach. Then, a handful of explorers dared to challenge the impossible. Some would achieve immortality. Others would never return. Their stories are among the greatest survival adventures ever recorded. In the next chapter, we'll relive the epic race to the South Pole and the extraordinary explorers who risked everything to conquer the last great frontier. Before aircraft, before GPS, Antarctica was the last blank space on Earth's map. No one knew what lay beyond its endless horizon. The cold was merciless, the winds were relentless, and a single mistake could mean certain death. Yet despite the danger, a handful of extraordinary men chose to venture into the unknown. Some returned as legends. Others became symbols of courage that would inspire generations. This is the story of the greatest race ever run, a race across the coldest continent on Earth. By the early 20th century, much of the Earth had already been explored. The highest mountains had challenges. The deepest rivers had names. Entire continents had been mapped, but Antarctica remained largely untouched. Its interior was a complete mystery. No human had ever reached the South Pole. It became the greatest geographical prize on Earth. Whoever arrived first would make history forever. In 1910, two expeditions secretly prepared for the same goal. One was led by the Norwegian explorer, Roald Amundsen, the other by the British naval officer. Both believed they would be the first to stand at the bottom of the world, but they chose very different strategies. Amundsen relied heavily on expertly trained sled dogs and carefully planned supply depots. Scott used a combination of motor sledges, ponies, dogs, and ultimately human strength to haul heavy sledges across the ice. Their decisions would shape history. Every day brought new dangers. Blizzards erased the horizon. Temperatures plunged far below freezing. Crevasses lay hidden beneath thin layers of snow. One wrong step could send a person disappearing into the ice forever. Food had to be rationed carefully. Fuel had to last. Every kilogram mattered. Every mile demanded determination beyond imagination. On December 14, 1911, Roald Amundsen reached the South Pole. The Norwegian flag fluttered in the frozen wind. Months of planning, discipline, and endurance had paid off. Amundsen's team had achieved one of humanity's greatest exploration milestones. But another expedition was still coming, unaware that the race had already been decided. Weeks later, Scott and his exhausted companions finally arrived. Instead of an untouched horizon, they found a flag. Norway had beaten them. Scott wrote in his diary, "The worst has happened." The disappointment was devastating, but an even greater tragedy awaited: the journey home. The return journey became a nightmare. Blizzards intensified. Supplies dwindled. Frostbite spread. One by one, members of the expedition succumbed to exhaustion and extreme cold. Scott and his remaining companions never made it back. Months later, search teams discovered their tent. Inside were Scott's journals. His final writings transformed the failed expedition into one of history's greatest stories of courage, endurance, and sacrifice. Their words continue to inspire more than a century later. If Amundsen represents triumph and Scott represents sacrifice, then one name stands above all when it comes to survival: Ernest Shackleton. In 1915, his ship, Endurance, became trapped in Antarctic sea ice. Eventually, the crushing pressure destroyed the vessel. His crew was stranded on drifting ice, hundreds of kilometers from safety. What followed became one of the most extraordinary survival stories in human history. Shackleton led every one of his men to safety, against odds that seemed impossible. His leadership remains a benchmark for explorers, soldiers, and leaders around the world. Today, aircraft, satellites, and modern technology make Antarctica far more accessible than it once was. Yet the continent still commands respect. Its storms remain fierce. Its cold remains unforgiving. Its wilderness remains unmatched. The stories of Amundsen, Scott, and Shackleton remind us that Antarctica is more than a place. It is a test of human courage, a place where determination meets the limits of endurance. Today, the explorers are no longer chasing the South Pole. They are chasing knowledge. Across Antarctica, scientists from dozens of nations work together year-round, living in one of the harshest environments on Earth, searching for answers that could change humanity's future. In the next chapter, we'll step inside Antarctica's modern research stations and discover what life is really like at the bottom of the world. Imagine living in a place where the sun disappears for months. Winter temperatures fall below -80 degrees Celsius. No trees, no cities, no supermarkets, no roads connecting you to the outside world. If something breaks, you fix it. If supplies run low, you wait for the next aircraft or ship. This is everyday life for the men and women who call Antarctica home. They are not explorers searching for new continents. Unlike every other continent, Antarctica has no permanent population, no cities, no native communities, no government capital. Instead, more than 70 research stations, operated by dozens of countries, are scattered across the frozen landscape. During the short Antarctic summer, the population grows to several thousand scientists, engineers, pilots, mechanics, doctors, chefs, and support staff. When winter arrives, only a fraction remain. completely isolated from the rest of the world. Running a research station is like operating a small city. Electricity must be generated. Water must be produced by melting snow or treating ice. Waste must be carefully managed. Medical facilities must be prepared for emergencies. Every screw, every drop of fuel, every piece of equipment must survive one of the harshest environments on Earth. A single equipment failure during winter can quickly become a serious problem. Preparation is everything. Perhaps the greatest challenge is not the cold, it is the darkness. During the Antarctic winter, the sun does not rise for months. Outside, only moonlight, starlight, and the shimmering glow of the aurora australis illuminate the frozen landscape. Inside, researchers continue their work around the clock, monitoring the atmosphere, studying the ice, tracking weather systems, and listening for signals hidden beneath the continent. Time begins to feel different. Days blend into weeks, weeks into months. The outside world seems unimaginably distant. Every person at an Antarctic station plays a vital role. Scientists analyze climate data. Meteorologists forecast dangerous storms. Engineers maintain life support systems. Doctors prepare for medical emergencies where evacuation may be impossible. Even chefs become essential members of the team. A warm meal, fresh bread, or a birthday celebration can make an enormous difference during months of isolation. Here, community is as important as science. Antarctica offers conditions found almost nowhere else on Earth. Its exceptionally clean air allows scientists to study the atmosphere with remarkable precision. Its dry, stable conditions make some locations ideal for astronomy. Its ancient ice preserves records of Earth's climate stretching back hundreds of thousands of years. Researchers investigate everything from climate change, to meteorites, to microorganisms, to the origins of our solar system. Every expedition has a potential to reveal something entirely new. Antarctica is unique. Here, countries that may compete elsewhere often work side by side. Scientists share observations, exchange equipment, assist one another during emergencies, and collaborate on research that benefits the entire world. The frozen continent demonstrates what humanity can achieve when knowledge becomes more important than rivalry. In Antarctica, the greatest discoveries belong to everyone. Many astronauts describe Antarctica as the closest experience on Earth to living on another planet. Extreme isolation, limited supplies, constant reliance on teamwork, no quick rescue, no easy way home. The lessons learned here are helping prepare humanity for future missions to the moon, Mars, and perhaps even farther into space. Sometimes, the road to other worlds begins at the bottom of this one. Even with satellites, research stations, and decades of exploration, much of Antarctica remains unexplored. Scientists are now deploying autonomous robots beneath the ice, flying drones over glacier, and using space technology to reveal landscapes no human has ever seen. In the next chapter, we'll uncover the incredible technologies that are unlocking Antarctica's final mysteries and the astonishing discoveries they are making. For centuries, the greatest challenge was reaching Antarctica. Today, the challenge is understanding it. The continent is simply too vast, too remote, and too dangerous for humans to explore alone. So scientists have built a new generation of explorers. They don't breathe, they don't sleep, they don't fear the cold. They are satellites, drones, autonomous submarines, and robotic explorers. Together, they are revealing a hidden Antarctica that no human eye has ever seen. Every day, satellites orbiting hundreds of kilometers above Earth watch Antarctica with extraordinary precision. They measure the height of the ice, track the movement of glacier, monitor sea ice as it grows and retreats with the seasons, detect changes too small for the human eye to notice. A glacier shifting just a few centimeters, a crack widening across an ice shelf, a subtle change in snow accumulation. Nothing escapes their watchful gaze. For the first time in history, scientists can observe an entire continent in near real time. The greatest mysteries, however, lie beneath the ice. Human divers cannot reach many of these places. The passages are too narrow, the distances too great, the risks too high. Instead, autonomous underwater vehicles glide silently through dark, icy waters. They map the underside of floating ice shelves, measure ocean temperatures, study hidden currents, and photograph landscapes that have remained unseen for thousands of years. Every mission expands our understanding of a world still largely unexplored. Above the frozen landscape, drones have transformed Antarctic exploration. They fly over dangerous crevasses, survey unstable glacier, create incredibly detailed three-dimensional maps, and reach locations that would take researchers days or even weeks to access on foot. Some flights last only minutes. Others cover dozens of kilometers. Each one brings back data that helps scientists understand how Antarctica is changing. One of the most remarkable technologies doesn't photograph Antarctica's surface. It looks straight through it. Aircraft equipped with ice-penetrating radar send radio waves deep into the frozen continent. Those signals bounce back, revealing mountains, hidden valleys, ancient river systems, and enormous lakes buried beneath kilometers of ice. It's like giving scientists X-ray vision. Every survey uncovers landscapes that no human has ever walked upon. Some have remained hidden for millions of years. Antarctica doesn't just preserve Earth's history. It preserves pieces of space. Dark meteorites are easy to spot against the bright white ice. Over thousands of years, the movement of glacier naturally concentrates many of these rocks into specific regions. Scientists have recovered tens of thousands of meteorites from Antarctica. Some originated from the Moon, others from Mars. Each one is a messenger from another world, offering clues about how our solar system formed billions of years ago. The amount of information collected from Antarctica is staggering. Satellites, weather stations, ocean sensors, robotic explorers, ice cores, together they generate enormous datasets. Artificial intelligence is now helping scientists detect patterns that humans might otherwise miss. By combining decades of observations, researchers can better understand glacier behavior, predict environmental changes, and identify subtle trends across one of Earth's most complex environments. The future of Antarctic science depends not only on field expeditions, but also on the ability to make sense of vast amounts of data. Despite everything humanity has achieved, Antarctica remains astonishingly mysterious. Entire mountain ranges still lie beneath the ice. Subglacial rivers continue to flow unseen. Hidden ecosystems may yet await discovery. Every expedition answers one question, only to reveal 10 more. Perhaps that is Antarctica's greatest lesson. The more we learn, the more we realize how much remains unknown. Antarctica has survived for millions of years. It has witnessed the rise and fall of continents, the evolution of life, the age of dinosaurs, the first humans, and now it stands at the center of one of the most important conversations of our time. What kind of future awaits the frozen continent? And what will that future mean for the rest of the world? In our final chapter, we'll explore Antarctica's future, the international efforts to protect it, and why safeguarding this remarkable continent may help shape the future of humanity itself. For millions of years, Antarctica has stood in silence. It has watched continents drift. It has witnessed the rise and fall of ancient life. It has survived asteroid impacts, ice ages, and dramatic changes to our planet. Yet today, the greatest challenge facing Antarctica is unfolding in the lifetime of a single human generation. The decisions we make now will shape the future of the frozen continent, and in many ways, the future of our own world. Unlike any other continent, Antarctica belongs to no single nation. Instead, it is governed through international cooperation. More than 60 years ago, countries agreed that Antarctica should remain a place dedicated to peace and scientific research. Military activity is heavily restricted. Scientific discoveries are shared. Researchers from around the world work side by side. Few places on Earth better demonstrate what humanity can accomplish when cooperation takes precedence over conflict. Every year, thousands of scientists travel to Antarctica. Some study ancient ice, others monitor wildlife. Many investigate the atmosphere, the oceans, or the geology hidden beneath the ice. Each expedition adds another piece to a puzzle that helps us understand our planet. Antarctica is more than a research destination. It is Earth's greatest natural laboratory. The lessons learned here improve weather forecasting, advance climate science, and deepen our understanding of how our planet works. Antarctica may appear indestructible, but its ecosystems are remarkably delicate. Many animals depend on seasonal sea ice. Tiny changes in ocean conditions can affect krill, which in turn influence penguins, seals, and whales. Conservation efforts focus on protecting these interconnected ecosystems while allowing carefully managed scientific research to continue. Safeguarding Antarctica is about preserving one of Earth's last great wildernesses. Antarctica reminds us that nature operates on extraordinary scales. A single snowflake may become part of an ice sheet that lasts for hundreds of thousands of years. A microscopic air bubble can preserve the atmosphere of an ancient Earth. A glacier moving only a few centimeters each day can reshape an entire coastline over centuries. The continent teaches patience, perspective, and humility. It reveals that the greatest forces on Earth often work silently, almost invisibly, across immense spans of time. Even now, Antarctica refuses to surrender all its secrets. Hidden lakes remain unexplored. Subglacial rivers continue their silent journey. Entire mountain ranges still lie buried beneath the ice. New species are still being discovered. Every scientific breakthrough opens a door to new questions. The greatest mystery is not what we already know. It is what still waits to be found. For hundreds of thousands of years, Antarctica has quietly recorded Earth's story. Each layer of ice, each trapped bubble of air, each glacier, each mountain hidden beneath the surface, is a chapter in the history of our planet. It asks us to look beyond today's headlines, to think in centuries instead of days, and to remember that the choices made today will echo far into the future. Antarctica is more than the coldest place on Earth. It is the largest storehouse of fresh water on our planet. It is home to extraordinary life. It is a record keeper of Earth's ancient past. It is a driver of global ocean circulation. It is a place where nations cooperate in the pursuit of knowledge. And above all, it remains one of the last places where humanity is reminded just how vast, how beautiful, and how mysterious our world truly is. Perhaps the greatest discovery Antarctica offers is not hidden beneath its ice, but within ourselves. A reminder that curiosity, courage, and cooperation have always been humanity's greatest tools for exploring the unknown. As long as Antarctica endures, its frozen silence will continue telling the story of our planet. The only question is, will we keep listening? Kindly subscribe and turn on notifications, cause our next documentary will thrill you.